Good day, it's Jemar Lopez Bello from ABM Humility, and I'm the 23rd reporter. And my presentation includes Lesson 3.3, which is Industry Analysis, and Lesson 3.4, which is the Environmental Analysis. In line with the Chapter 3 discussion, the Industry and Environmental Analysis, Business Opportunity Identification, this presentation will focus on Industry Analysis and Environmental Analysis. So now let's begin with the industry analysis. So what is this industry analysis? So an industry analysis is a very useful tool for business strategies. This tool facilitates a company's understanding of its position relative to other companies that produce similar products or services. So, uban business owners or mga analyst can gagamit aning analysis para na sila insight about paunsa ang dagan sa usa ka industry. Para na understanding no sa industry within which you are operating. And so it is important no so dili magpatakag dasmag sa usa ka industry kung wala tayong knowledge about ana. In a book published by the Development Academy of the Philippines, How to Prepare Project Feasibility Studies, it includes an industry analysis of the following important factors: the competition, customers, then suppliers, and lastly, the substitutes. So first, let's discuss the competition. Who are the major business in the industry? So now it is important that you know your competitors and be ready for them. The goal is to win their customers, convince them to buy from you instead, and remain as loyal customers. So no, as a business owner, you should also consider to look at your competitors. Paunsa nimo makuha ang masa. So you will analyze kung unsa tong naa sa imong kontra nga pwede nimo i-enhance sa imoa para makuha nimo ang loob sa customer. So, no, the goal is to win the customers. And next we have customers. The target market must be identified. So, ahan nimo ibaligya imong product, no? So no, the target market must be identified. Ikaw nga business owner, dapat kabalo kaon sa nga group of customers imong i-aim. No, in order to be as organized as possible, you will also consider the customers. Para ikaw nga gusto mo enter sa kana nga industry, kabalo ka sa imong target. Next, we have supplier. So every retail business needs supplier from whom one can source raw materials, intermediate products, or even finished goods one intends to resell. So now it is important to develop suppliers. A business may need one or more suppliers who are reliable in terms of the quality of what they supply and their dependability in coming up with the things you order from them. So, dapat pud no nga imong supplier kay kanang masaligan nimo no, dili kanang matikasan ka kanang tikasan nga supplier no. Dapat i-consider pud tana. So, ang mga business owner, they can get their supply directly from the manufacturers, distributors, or from imports. Kining manufacturer mo ni ang pinaka-cheapest source since there are no middlemen involved. However, this is only recommended if the supplier's location is convenient and will not involve expensive delivery costs. So another alternative is kanang distributors. Kani sila kay mga wholesalers or brokers who buy in big quantities from manufacturer and add a markup to their purchase price and sell to retailers. So, ang kinilang sa distributors kay medyo mahal, pero unlike sa manufacturers, ang distributors mamaligya ra ginagmay. So, ang katong manufacturers jud dinagko ang ilang baligya dito Whereas diri sa distributors, makapalit kag ginagmay. And next we have the third source of goods is through imports. So some businessmen go to nearby countries to buy their goods. However, this is only advisable if the price abroad are relatively cheaper and no heavy import duties will raise the prices and make the goods less competitive in the country and when transport costs are not excessive. So no, mao pud to ang imong i-consider kung mag-imports ka. So no, so mao na sila ang mga pwede nimong suppliers, ang manufacturers, distributors, and imports. Also no, we have to keep in mind nga dapat nato i-maintain atong good relationship towards suppliers. Kay they are the key to one's continued access to goods and raw materials that will be needed for your business. Unsaon nalag wala kay supplier, wala kay mabaligya. So, last factor is ang substitutes. So, substitutes are goods that can be used in place of another. So, very clear ang definition ng ikan sa book. So, these are goods that may, even if partly, satisfy the needs of a consumer such that consumer may use one instead of another. So, no, for example, ang margarine, pwede nimo siya ipamalit sa butter. Or ang wheat bread, pwede sa white bread. Pero, napoy uban no nga dili ma-apply sa tanan tawo. Just like Pepsi Cola substitute sa Coca-Cola. So no, dili tanan mo angay ani. And it's because they have developed a taste for a particular cola, no? Ang uban dili jud mo angay anang mo nay ipuli nimo. So this is also why manufacturers try to differentiate their product from their competitors so that the customers will develop product loyalty for their brand. No, the more differentiated the product is, the greater the edge of its manufacturer because this can convince the customers to buy their product instead of that of the competition. No? So, and now we have here a guide to industry analysis. An industry analysis guide developed by North Carolina's Small Business and Technology Development Center, or the SBTDC, which can help in making an analysis of one's business industry. So first we have a geographic area. So identify the area, whether it's local, regional, nationwide, or international. Next key factor is the industry, no? So we also need to consider the industry as to size, worth in pesos, and number of firms, trends, and developments, and future outlook. Next is the product. Describe the product as to physical attributes and characteristic and its uses. So fourth is the buyer. Describe the target market. So sa maatong gidiscuss earlier, no, i-determine nato atong aim customer in terms of age, income group, geographical location, and occupation, include consumers demographics such as population or household size, sex, race, ethnicity, family status, housing status, and etc. May also include psychographics such as lifestyle, information, taste, preferences, and buying habits. So no, these are the things we also need to consider. Dapat no hunahunahon sab nato kung unsay buyer nato ug unsay ilang mga gipangita. Fifth, we have a regulatory environment. This should include government laws and regulations that apply to the business. 6, we have company information. No? We also have to make a list of the most successful business in the industry para natay kay baw ato. And next, we have brief history of the industry of when it started and how it developed. So no dapat na pud tay background ana. Sunod kay ang factors that affect the growth of the industry, just like migration of population from rural to urban areas. Next is trends in sales over recent years. Show actual sales in the industry over past 5 years. Next, we have current operations or management trends within the industry, which are standard practices prevalent among the firms. Also, we have the type of marketing strategies prevalent within the industry. And lastly, competitors' information. One of the key factors that we also need to consider is the competitors' information, no? Which include the location of competitors and how long have they been in business and their market share. So now let's move on to the environmental analysis, the lesson 3.4. So the other analysis that has to be done is the analysis of the environment in which the business will operate. This means an evaluation of the possible or probable effects of external forces and conditions on the survival and growth of the business. So this includes economic forces, physical environment, political factors, cultures and lifestyles, and lastly, competition. And now let's discuss the economic forces. So this involves a look at economic factors such as income of the people, specifically the target market, economic conditions such as inflation, recession, prosperity, demand and supply in the market. So it is more on the economic factors that will influence the flow of the business. Next, we have physical environment. Physical environment includes a look at the population size, the geography of the place where business will be located, land distribution, climate, and in today's global warming situation, whether or not the area is prone to flood or earthquake. So no dapat apilon nato sa pag-analyze ang location nato no, ang physical environment as it can also affect our business. For example, gatukod kag business niya tuwa sa bukid. So wala kay tawo dito no. So or dito baka ka sa gatukod sa kanang bahaunon. So wala jud na walay ayo no, dili na mo ano dira. So dili siya insakto mao nang dapat appeal siya sa atong i-consider no ang physical environment. Next is political factors. The type of government, the stability and the strength of the government, and the good leadership are factors that can be an advantage to a business. So no, this factor determines the extent to which a government may influence an industry. Next, we have cultures and lifestyle. It is important to study cultural practices such as fiestas, celebration of the Christmas season, trends in consumption patterns, as a means to identify the goods and services that will fit into the celebrations and spending behavior. So, dapat pud no i-consider pud tani para tugma atong services or product sa preferences sa atong future customers. For example, no, kanang kining community ilang hilig kay lugaw. So ikaw business owner, mo align pug ka sa ilang lifestyle. So dito nga community. And lastly, we have competition. The degree of competition in the market and the very extent and strength of competition are all very vital in determining the success or failure of a business. So, last thing we have to consider no kay ang ato ang competition. Dapat aware ta sa atong mga ka-competition. Para sa example na ko ganina no. So, abtik ta sa lihok sa atong competitors o naa sila product or services, labuan nimo sila. Make your company greater kumpara sa ilahan no. Also, in a way nga wala kay matapakan nga business no, dili ka mag ano sad. Dapat i-apply po na nimo no. That's also important. Ang goal lang is to win the heart of the customers no, na dapat sa imo sila muadto instead sa imong kalaban. So, and also nga mo remain as loyal customer no. Okay, so now I believe it's the end of this presentation. Thanks for watching and listening to my discussion. Good day and God bless.